Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Today we will talk about C#. What is C#, why you may want to learn C#, and what are the use cases of C# language. If you didn't look at the Java video, please go back and watch it, because C#, like Java, is a high-level language that is class-based and it's object-oriented. So if you don't know these words, don't worry, we will talk about classes, we will talk about object-oriented programming, we will talk about those later. However, please go back and watch the Java video, because there are things that you may want to take into consideration choosing one of the languages later down the road in your career. And the information I'm giving you in these few videos may help you. So if you like it, please subscribe to the channel. Now, C#. Well, you can use C# for web applications, but honestly, I don't like it. Yes, provided ASP.NET and Razor are using C# language. And honestly, the new version of Razor is a game changer as much as I understand for the web applications. But right now, many big companies are using other languages. Maybe in future, people come back to Razor more. However, as I said, these days, big companies use PHP or even Python for web-based applications. However, keep in mind, Razor is a beast that is rising up and it's using C# for web, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, besides web applications, the biggest use of C# is for Windows applications, being it an old WinForm application or the new WPF approach for application. If you want to write your application for Windows, yes, C# is for you. And of course, we will cover a lot of videos about Unity 3D, and will be called Unity 3D. We are talking about game development. So yes, C# is being used for game development. Its syntax is very close to C++ because, well, it's a child of C++. However, unlike C++, you have fewer issues working with memory, you have less headache compared to C++. It's a very friendly language for the user. There is a big issue with C# that you should be aware of. Programs that are written in C# can be decompiled. So if you want to make sure that your software is secure, no one can decompile it, and take a look at your source code, C# is not for you. Go and find something else, maybe C++, because C++, when it's compiled, it will become machine language. So it will become machine code. It compiles to binary code. C# on the other hand, it won't compile to binary code. It will compile to some intermediate language that these days is understood by operating systems, especially Windows, and it can be reverse engineered and decompiled back so people can look into your code. God, please don't think about obfuscating that code. Yes, it's possible, but again, it's not as secure as many people think, and it can be reverse engineered back. So keep in mind, C# is not secure coding. Your code can be decompiled, people can look into your source code, and actually that's one of the downfalls for some big games out there using Unity 3D. However, in my personal opinion, I completely ignore the decompilation unless I would write something very special. For example, if I'm going to write a Windows application for a medical office, of course, I need to keep in mind that medical records of patients should be kept secure. And securing that code is a little bit hard. Yes, we can use encoding methods and convert it to some mumbo jumbo that is not humanly readable. But again, I have to keep some sort of secret key somewhere, and the whole application needs that security key. Keeping that key means that I need to make sure that the key itself is secure. So if I put it, for example, on a website and I write my program in C#, someone decompile it, he can look around and find where the address is on a website, and he can sniff around and find that key somehow. Even worse, if I put the key directly into the application itself, yes, someone decompiled the application, can look around and find the key. And as I said, obfuscating your application may look like a very secure way, but if someone is professional enough and he's dedicated to find your secret key, to decompile it and take the information of pure patients out there, yes, he can do that. So if that's the case, be very careful what language you're choosing and what is your application and what it needs. However, again, if I'm writing a medical application for my own personal office and the only one sitting behind the computer is myself as a medical doctor and no one else is interacting with that PC, okay, C# is a secure way of writing your code because, well, no one will sit back to find the source code of your application, to look around that, blah, to hell with all of that mumbo jumbo. So in my opinion, C# is a valid way of going for any Windows Form application and WPF application that does not need military level security. And for game development, actually, you may argue that, hey, if I make a game and some kid decompile it, finding a source, he can recompile it back with few changes here and there and redistribute the game somewhere else, stealing all my hard time and effort. Yes, he can do that. But how? Let's sit back and think. If you developed a game, means that you had used maybe hundreds of hours developing that game. Now, if I decompile your code, I need to put 5 to 6 times of that time. Let's say you've done it in 100 hours. I need to spend 500 to 600 hours understanding your code. And then I need to spend another 10 to 50 hours changing it a little here and there, recompile it, and then maybe I want to put it somewhere to sell it. Of course, I can't sell it in the same place that you are selling it because you can easily call for copyrights and ban my product there. So I will go for smaller communities, unknown game shops online, or even my own website. And yes, who cares about that? So don't worry about any of this. And I'm talking about it right here, right now, because I had these concerns and I know down the road you may have these concerns. And I am like, oh, I wasted my time a lot thinking about it. So don't think about these scenarios, just focus on your game or your application, make a very good one and have fun using it yourself and have fun selling it to others. Please subscribe and hit that bell button so that you get informed whenever a new video comes out. Goodbye.